What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin Bees. I'm a wife, a mom, a military veteran, a certified personal trainer, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out, and now I'm using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by their reps. This is probably one of my most requested videos here recently. In my research, there's not been very many videos on Unicity, and I wanted to do a deep dive. So today's MLM disaster that we're diving into is a company called Unicity. Have you ever heard of them? No? Well, it's probably because they're quietly selling you expensive health miracles disguised as science-backed products, while their distributors are scraping pennies from their downlines. You will see them in their content primarily on TikTok. Buckle up. It's going to get really spicy. Before we do that, though, if you would take a second and like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me get the word out to more people. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, here's how you can do that. I'm the most active on Instagram and TikTok for right now, but you can catch me on Blue Sky as well. Let's talk about the company background. The basics, if you will. Unicity is a health and wellness MLM founded way back in 2001. If you're thinking, oh, they've been around for over 2 decades, they must be legit. Wrong. Longevity in MLM world just means they've found better ways to drain wallets and dodge accountability, in my opinion. Unicity's big claim, they're making life better with their health products and their opportunity. Spoiler alert, the only life they're really making better is their CEO's, who I'm sure enjoys his private jet and other luxuries, while the rest of the reps scramble to break even. According to Unicity.com, Stewart spent 15 years in the financial services industry and joined Unicity as a distributor. Financial services, is that code for Primerica? Because that would be rich, and pun is absolutely intended. The shocking part about this is that he left that distributorship behind to become the CEO of the company. I'm not sure that I've seen that in any other MLM companies that I'm aware of. That's not a compliment, Stewart. So calm down. Their claim to fame was one product called Bio's Life and was later changed to Balance. According to their website, it started in retail stores and didn't sell very well. I believe that's why they made it an MLM at that point. That's just my opinion, though. Free advertising from the distributors is always a win for these MLM companies. Let's talk about their products, because this is where Unicity really stretches the truth, in my opinion. They sell supplements, weight loss shakes, and gut health miracle potions. I mean, proprietary blends at outrageous prices. Their star products include Unicity Balance, a fiber supplement they claim regulates blood sugar and cholesterol. Unimate, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, their magical energy tea, and Bio's Life S, another powder that supposedly improves metabolism. The price tag, astronomical. The science, murky at best. And of course, everything is backed by clinical studies, except those studies are either poorly done or don't directly involve their products. Classic MLM move. Vague claims backed by absolutely nothing. If you want a fiber supplement, you can grab Metamucil at Walmart or whatever stores you have in your area for $10 or less. If you want tea, try Lipton or even your favorite gossip channel here on YouTube. Trust me, their products aren't going to cure your gut or your bank account, despite their absurd claims you'll see on social media. Before starting or stopping any supplements, please talk to your doctor. All right, compensation plan time, or what I like to call the how you lose money section. Like every MLM, Unicity reps are sold the dream of financial freedom, being your own boss, or even calling yourself an entrepreneur. But here's the deal. You only make money if you recruit people under you and convince them to also buy overpriced products. Unicity boasts a binary structure with levels and bonuses, but the reality is grim. According to their own income disclosure statement, this will be linked in the video description below, but we're going to go over it here in just a second. Most distributors earn little to nothing. It's the same sad story we've seen in every other MLM. The top 1% make bank, and the rest lose money on starter kits, auto ship orders, and training. Don't take my word for it, though. Let's pull the numbers and look at this document that comes directly from Unicity. I want to also remind you that it doesn't matter what the distributors are saying online when it comes to their income. If what they were saying was accurate in any way, shape, or form and factual, these numbers would look completely different than what they do. This can be found on the Unicity website, and it is what they call their income disclosure statement. Not every MLM. I wish every MLM had this, but they don't all have them. This was worded really interesting. It's a PDF document. And one thing that really caught my eye when I first looked at this was the 7 reasons you'll love being a Unicity distributor. Now, let's keep in mind that people are looking at this thinking that they're going to make money. Most of these 7 reasons have nothing to do, except for one, with making money. And I find it really interesting, but let's go through these 7 reasons. So the first one is you'll get to buy innovative products for your personal use at a discounted price. So already we're using front-loading type language. You can make money while sharing something that you love by selling Unicity products you purchase to make a profit. This is also very interesting language because it's talking about the products that you purchase, aka front-loading, buying products that you have on hand in the event that a customer wants to have it. Maybe they live in your local area or something along those lines, and you have it on hand, so you sell it to them. But there's no time limit on those front-loading products. And this is the same kind of thing that we hear people in multi-level marketing say, oh, that was the 90s. But here you have Unicity's income disclosure statement where they're very clearly encouraging their people to front load and to have things on hand to sell after the fact, if they even do. So very, very front-loading type language. The possibilities don't end there. You can earn commissions and bonuses on sales to people you tell about Unicity products. Unicity helps you manage your business with ease, except it's not their business, and we know that. Use Unicity's unique software to help you track and manage your customers. Right, so they have some sort of a customer software. Wow, how profound. You won't be alone. Oh, yes. This is the you're in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself kind of thing. Got it. You'll get specifically designed distributor training and promotional materials from Unicity to help you sell products and develop sales and leadership skills. But I thought you owned your own business. If you owned your own business, wouldn't you be the one that was putting those materials together for yourself? It's interesting. Your involvement is up to you. Want to devote yourself to building the biggest Unicity distributorship of all time? Go for it. Just want a nice discount on products? That's great too. Of course, they're going to encourage that. Oh my God. As an independent contractor, you control how much time, effort, and money you spend. Notice they didn't say how much money you make. Oh no. It's how much money you spend. I've never seen an income disclosure statement like this, and that's definitely not a compliment to Unicity and the people involved in it. There's no required purchases to become a Unicity distributor, except, which negates everything that came before it, a starter kit. Approximately $40. We're going to get into that here shortly. What I find interesting, aside from those 7 things that they claim people will love about being a Unicity distributor, is how they are reworking the definition of success. At the bottom of this, you're going to see, how do you define success? Every Unicity distributor has their own definition of success. Well, if you're encouraging people to join because they are under the impression that they're going to own their own business, they're going to make money on their terms, then that should be the definition. But only in MLM do they kind of murky the waters or rework these definitions on words that already have their own definition. If you're talking to somebody about joining a business, they're doing that because they think that they're going to make money. Anyways, some distributors spend a lot of time and hard work making their distributorship successful. They often define their success by the size of the commissions that they receive each month, except not everybody will receive a commission each month, as we'll see shortly. Many distributors start out telling their friends about the products in their free time, and they earn a little extra spending money from what they will buy, front loading again. They might define success by their supplemental income. A large majority of people sign up as Unicity distributors just to get the product discount and define success by getting the products they love at lower prices. So there's 2 ways that they claim that you could make money as a Unicity distributor. distributor discounts, and they say here, distributors can make a profit by buying products at a discount and selling them. There's no guarantee that these people are going to sell them, but the fact that they're buying these products at a discount in the event that somebody may want to buy them, the company is still getting their money, and that person is out even more money. The discount varies by product, but it's usually around 30% below retail price. In my opinion, these MLM companies, their prices are so high because it covers the commissions for the downlines, for the top recruiters and the people that have the largest teams. They have it built into that. So when you see these companies that are having these sales and things, and they're like, oh, 25% off, I feel like that's probably somewhere close, at least closer to the price of the product. It's overpriced. That's what I want to say about that part. Distributor commissions. In addition, you can be paid commissions for sales to people you tell about Unicity products who then order directly from the company. Around 57% of Unicity distributors in the US earned these commissions in 2023. Now, if we're going to talk numbers, if we're going to talk data, I find it interesting some of the language around these data points. For example, around 57%. Wouldn't that be a very easy to calculate number? How many people in 2023 in the United States earned commission from being a Unicity distributor? And maybe it's something like 56.7. So they rounded it out or rounded it up to 57, which is not how data works. That's not what you should be doing in this case. This would be a very easy, accurate data point from pulling the numbers from the back office, but they use language like around 57%. And we're going to see more of that here. This is where the numbers don't lie for me. And I love how and that's sarcasm, by the way, in case you're new to my channel. I love how these companies make these things so super complicated to confuse people, because what typically happens is there's somebody that's trying to recruit them into a multi-level marketing company, and that person maybe has watched some anti-MLM content and they ask for the income disclosure statement. If the company has one, that person is probably going to see this. And because every company does these differently, if they have them, it can be really confusing. And I feel like the company is banging or betting, if you will, on them not understanding the numbers. So let's talk about this. They're claiming around 57% of Unicity distributors in the US earned commissions in 2023. Of that 57%, the average earnings for distributors, and this is the average, we know how average versus median works. I would love to see the median numbers for this because I think they would be significantly different than the average, which is why they probably chose to put average here. The average in 2023 was $5,458 for the year. That sounds okay, it's a number at least. It's a positive number, but it still is very, very low. And it doesn't include any expenses. It doesn't include training materials or events or even their monthly product orders. Half of the 57% made more than $220 for the year. 10% of the 57% made more than $5,200. 1% of the 57% that made money in 2023 made just under $107,000. So pay attention to this language. If we're talking about data, it's a finite point. When we're talking about numbers, when we're talking about income, that should be a finite point, not around or more than or any of these types of things that we're seeing. They should be able to produce these numbers exactly. But instead, they're using this language like 1% made just under 107,000. And somebody reading that may think, oh, wow, that's a lot of money, right? But it's 1% of the 57% in Unicity that made any kind of income in 2023, meaning 43% or around 43% of Unicity distributors did not earn any income in 2023. But one thing that you can bank on is that those people probably were spending money in 2023. This is a graph that was put together by one of my members. Shout out to Amy. Thank you so much for putting this together. I think it's a really important visual. And you can see at the bottom this represents 100% of the distributors, whether they made income or not, in 2023 from Unicity. Amy took those numbers and put them in a graph because Sometimes I think a visual is a little bit easier to understand. So 43% of the company made $0. 28.5% made less than $220 for the year. 28.5% made more than $220 for the year. 5.7% made more than $5,200 for the year, and 0.57% made less than $107,000 for the year. So even though, in my opinion, they've gone out of their way to make this look very difficult or to make it look better than it really actually is, this is pretty consistent with what we see from other multi-level marketing companies, the income claims that they make and the some version of data that they're putting out. And I would also like to say that I do think that these companies pad their numbers to make these types of documents look better than they really are. And I think that's pretty sad. So much for being your own boss. Sounds like a very expensive hobby to me. When you take into account that Unicity is saying the discounted products purchased by the distributors are a source of income if they sell the products that are being front-loaded, it's classic MLM speak, in my opinion. And it's extremely deceptive. According to this document from Unicity, only 0.57% of the company made just under $107,000 in 2023. So before you believe the rep that you're seeing on social media saying they're making six figures, make sure that you ask for the Carfax, because the numbers don't lie. It's fascinating seeing Unicity redefine what success means when you're starting a business. People usually do that to make money. It's so weird, guys. Now let's talk about how Unicity hooks people in, or at least tries to. It's the same old tired MLM tactics we know and love to hate. Over-the-top claims about weight loss, gut health, and even blood sugar regulation. Testimonials featuring dramatic before and after photos, and preying on people desperate for better health and or financial stability. I do have some videos here that we're gonna watch together that are, in my opinion, absolutely vile and dangerous. Please know that there are going to be health claims on their part. And if you are in a place where you are dealing with diabetes, where you are dealing with healthcare in general, and you have a fear around seeing medical professionals, the nurse in particular on this video is going to be extremely triggering. So please take care of yourself if you are going to watch this. This first clip is one of the top distributors in Unicity, and this is what he posted on social media.
If I was diagnosed with diabetes right now, here's 5 things I'd do right away. First, I'd cut out fruits first thing in the morning. Now you might be thinking, well, fruits are good for you. Why not? The most important organ in your body is the liver.
So interesting that he thinks that by the way, what are his qualifications other than being one of the top distributors in the company? That's wild. I think that the brain and the heart and the lungs and all the other organs that work together probably would like to have a word. While the liver is extremely important, in my opinion, I'm not a medical professional. Feel free to let me know in the comments your thoughts. I find it really interesting that he's saying the liver is the most important organ in the body. Let's just keep that in mind as we continue to move forward.
And when you're diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, the liver is full. And that full liver is starting to cause fat storage all around your organs. I'd cut out all oatmeal, all fruits. In the morning, I'd give my body a break.
Do not cut out oatmeal. Oatmeal is a great source of grains, carbs, fiber.
My insulin levels to come down so my body can clear out the liver. Because only when the insulin's low, your body can burn fat for fuel. 2, I'd start resistance training right away. Start to increase my muscle mass. Because 80% of the sugar in the body goes in the muscle. So I'd start weightlifting. Focusing on progressive overload. Focusing on increasing the reps or sets or weights on every workout.
I do agree with that advice, but I do think that everybody, to the best of their ability, should be lifting weights if they are able to. I know that that's not the case for everybody.
3, I'd start adding a fiber with every single meal. See, taking a fiber...
See now, they always got to have some sort of a pitch. We're going to get more into the science of the products and the claims that they're making. This is a very expensive fiber product. In the bag of oranges that he held up, there's fiber in an orange. Of course, he's got to, get a product pitch in there.
Fiber with every single meal is going to control the sugar from turning to fat in my body. It's going to prevent the glucose spikes, keeping my insulin low, allowing my body to burn the fat for energy again. And it's as easy as this. Shake it up and drink it and enjoy my food. 4, I'd make sure I prioritize.
Or you could just, let me stop. Let me stop.
Protein with every single meal. Protein is the building block, and the more you can fill up on protein, the less you're going to fill up on carbs and sugar. And the most important, I would cut.
Okay, first of all, I do agree with prioritizing protein. I think that that is a fantastic way of building a complete plate as a certified personal trainer. There's only certain things that I can say about that. However, your body needs carbs. Your body needs carbs and your body needs fat. And when you're eating and building a complete plate, that is a fabulous thing. Now, if your doctor obviously has given you advice to cut down on your carbs because of your health, that's a completely different story. But keep in mind that this person is trying to basically say that this is a cure for diabetes, type 2 diabetes, an MLM product. So like, just keep that in mind.
Out all snacks. There's no such thing as a healthy snack, guys.
Except there is. There absolutely are healthy snacks out there. Some people, they instead of having, 3 meals a day, they might have 3 meals a day and a snack. Some people have to eat every few hours. Some people choose to eat every few hours. So you're wrong. There absolutely are healthy snacks out there. For example, fruits, vegetables, some fats, some protein. There's great snack options out there. What is your favorite snack? Let me know in the comments.
A snack is just excess calories, increasing my glucose. So rather than having
This is a very scientific graph he's got going here.
these constant spikes and keeping my insulin high throughout the day, by cutting out the food in the morning, by having fiber with my meals, by sticking to 1 to 2 meals a day, my insulin's lower throughout the day. And this will allow my body to reverse type 2 diabetes.
So what he's trying to say here is that if you were to take the MLM fiber product that he was just mixing up, along with these tips that he probably Googled, that's going to cure type 2 diabetes in a person. I don't think that that's how that works. Although the thing that's confusing is that there's bits and pieces of what he's saying that actually is pretty decent advice. But then he's got to throw in there that, there's this proprietary blend multi-level marketing company's product that's also, you've got to have it in order to cure your type 2 diabetes. This is a perfect example of somebody trying to prey on somebody that is trying to better their health. It's gross.
I've been able to successfully reverse my pre-diabetes following these 5 tips. And the crazy thing is, you go to your doctor and talk about these 5 tips, they'll never tell you this. They'll give you a pill or an injection.
Really? You really think that a doctor is not going to say, hey, let's get you with a registered dietitian to talk about a way of eating, a plan that you can follow so that you understand how to build a complete plate based on their health and wellness? You really think that a doctor is not going to say, let's change our diet, let's start some exercise, and then maybe there's medication that also can help lower their blood sugar? You really think that a doctor's not going to tell people this? I find that so absurd. I think that this is a perfect example of don't listen to your doctors, guys. Don't listen to your medical team, your medical professional that you choose to see. Just listen to me as somebody in an MLM that's selling you a fiber product. I just think that it's so disgusting.
But understand, type 2 diabetes is a lifestyle disease, and the only way you can reverse a lifestyle disease is by controlling the lifestyle.
You don't need an MLM product to do that, if we're talking about fiber and all of that stuff that he was mentioning. Okay, this next one comes from Unicity's own Instagram account. I couldn't believe it with my own eyes. Content warning, this is specifically targeting people that are dealing with PCOS, so please prepare yourself for that. It does move kind of quickly, but I would rather prepare you guys for that than just throw it up here on the screen for you.
2 products that I've been living by, and I've never had something that tastes this good and makes you feel this good. It's called the Feel Great System, and it consists of Unimate and Balance.
Ah, that's how you say it, Unimate.
You guys see this picture right here? I'll show with.
What are we showing here? You're in 2 different outfits, 2 different lighting situations, 2 different poses. What are you trying to show us? Be very careful listening to people that show before and after pictures on the internet, because it's very easy to manipulate your body. Pause and ask yourself, what is the intention of this person sharing this picture? Are they trying to sell me an MLM product? What is the underlying motivation here?
Excess belly fat, had cravings, I had an irregular cycle, and I just had super low energy. With the help of these two products, I've been able to reverse my PCOS symptoms, get my cycle back regularly, and I feel like a brand new person.
An MLM product is going to regulate somebody's menstrual cycle and reverse PCOS. Really? It's fascinating. And also not true.
It's not only helped me, it's helped my whole family
What are these pictures? See my notes from just a couple minutes ago on the side-by-side.
transform their health. So let's get into what they are and what they can do for you. The first product is Unimate. All it is a natural yerba mate tea extract that goes
It's a yerba tea extract.
through a patented process. So there's nothing like this in the world. All you do is in the morning, you mix it into water, hot or cold. You feel amazing. You have more energy, more focus. And I've replaced my pre-workouts and coffee with this. So no more.
Absolutely not. I will take coffee and or a pre-workout or a pump any day of the week before my workout.
More jitters and no more upset stomach. The second product is Balance. And all it does is it helps control your blood sugar levels.
What is this graph? Also, I'm having to pause this because on this reel, the graphics are moving so quickly that nobody is going to be able to see what they're talking about. I mean, and maybe that's the point because we're going to talk shortly about their studies. Well, I'm not, but a medical professional, a doctor, addresses this. Can't wait for you guys to see that part.
And it's not just a fiber, it's actually a fiber matrix. You drink it 10 minutes before your meal and you feel full longer, you don't get cravings, and it helps with bloating. We all know.
Let's talk about a fiber matrix. I asked ChatGPT because I was genuinely curious. Is a fiber matrix even a thing? And this is what ChatGPT said. The concept of a fiber matrix as described by Unicity appears to be a marketing term rather than a scientifically defined entity. While fibers like guar gum, beta-glucans, and citrus pectin are recognized for their potential health benefits, the claim that they work together in a proprietary matrix to specifically target metabolic health or provide unique benefit is not well supported by independent scientific studies. Legitimate points about fiber. It does help with blood sugar regulation. Soluble fibers can help slow the absorption of sugar and improve glycemic control. This is well documented in scientific literature. Cholesterol management. Certain fibers like beta-glucans, I hope I'm saying that right, are known to help lower LDL cholesterol levels, which is the bad form of cholesterol. Satiety. Fiber can promote feelings of fullness, which may assist in appetite control. The concerns with fiber matrix claims. Proprietary blend transparency. Often, proprietary blends don't disclose exact ingredient quantities, making it hard to evaluate their effectiveness. Overstated benefits. Claims like slowing carbohydrate absorption or targeting metabolic health may exaggerate what dietary fiber can achieve. Scientific validation. The fiber matrix concept does not appear in reputable, peer-reviewed research as a unique mechanism or product. Independent studies verifying Unicity's claims are scarce. Conclusion. While fiber itself is undeniably beneficial, the term fiber matrix, as marketed by Unicity, is more of a branded concept. It's always advisable to get fiber from whole foods like fruits, vegetables, oats, and legumes, as they come with a range of nutrients and health benefits. If you're considering supplements, consult a healthcare provider to ensure they align with your health needs. Thanks, ChatGPT. Appreciate you.
The modern food environment is filled with genetically modified and ultra-processed foods. So all it does.
You couldn't even see that. What was that really busy graph at the bottom? This comes from Unicity's own Instagram account. They posted this with their whole chest, and it's so embarrassing.
Is it adds back all the nutrients that are missing from the foods that we're eating. The reason these two products have been so effective for me and my family is because it's simple. You wake up in the morning and drink Unimate, and before your meals, you drink Balance. And that's it.
And that's it. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. Okay, this next video is really aggressive. It is somebody that claims to be a nurse educator. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. I don't understand how there are people in the medical field that don't believe in the medical field and will villainize their peers. Well, I don't think that the medical field is, there's always going to be bugs. There's always going to be problems that can be fixed, and things can always be better. It's not perfect by any means. But I don't understand the concept of somebody that works in the medical field villainizing the medical field. It just, I don't know. It seems weird. So if you are somebody that is not in a place where you can see somebody in the medical field villainizing the medical field, specifically doctors, this one might be, you may want to skip this part.
White coat authority figures do this for you, right? You walk in, they write on their iPad, they send you on your way with an e-script, and then they have helped you, right? That's because you believe that they're the authority and they know better. But I'm going to tell you a few things that may bother you. Yeah. 1939, the American Diabetes Association was formed. They said they're going to manage, help, reverse, and handle all of diabetes, right? We've gone from, let me read it to you. Hold on.
While you're reading it, maybe provide a source to your audience. That would be important.
1980, 5.5 million people had the two. 2010, 21 million. And 2023, 40 million. Yeah. So how do you think they're doing their job? If you were a baseball coach and you have been...
Why is she standing like this? Why is she grabbing her crotch? I don't understand what's going on. However, I am extremely uncomfortable for so many reasons. Her body language, after she feels maybe like she's saying something significant, all of this, it's making me uncomfortable. I don't know what's going on, but I don't like it.
Select every game. Do you keep your job or do you lose it? No. Do you know how much money was donated to the American Diabetes Association in 13 years for no cure? 2.5 billion. And the big C, right? The big C, not C-O, C-A.
What?
Yeah, they've got...
Why are we speaking in code? What's happening?
Gotten billions of donations, no changes. Did you know that the people that unalived from the big C for the last 4 years, 40% of them had type 2? So if it doesn't make sense, it makes dollars, right? Hold on. This is actually pushed by the ADA. Yeah. So when you make the oat of the meal, you are actually making M's and M's. Right here. Oh, and by the way, M&M's?
What? You're saying that old-fashioned oatmeal is the same as M&M's? Well, the thing that M&M's are lacking is fiber, whereas the oatmeal has fiber.
M&M's, right? Silver shiny things. Silver shiny things. Yeah. So do your homework on all of the big V's and the CA and the CO. Do your homework. Type 2, you can put it in reverse. Type 2, you can put it in reverse. Autoimmunity. Yeah, do your homework. If you want the natural
Here it comes, guys. Here comes the pitch. Now, somebody working in the medical field, villainizing modern medicine. And again, modern medicine is not perfect. It can always be improved. There's always problems that can be fixed, that should be fixed. Are they getting fixed? No, that's a whole nother conversation, though, in my opinion. However, how can you be in the medical field with this stance and then be pitching a multi-level marketing company's product that doesn't have scientific data or studies, peer-reviewed studies that show that this product does what these reps say that it's supposed to do?
and you want actually to tell your white coat authority figure that you know now what you need to know? Check my bio. We are doing what they won't. Chasing insulin, not chasing glucose. Happy Thursday.
How did she have her license? Nurses, I have so many questions. I can only imagine the writing that's going to happen in the comments from this. Oh my God. The thing that I hate about this is, one, her being in the medical field and having this stance on modern medicine, but then the villainizing of all of these things that I've already mentioned, and then saying, oh, but we're doing things different over here. We're actually dealing with the problem, and holding up the two MLM products. The recruitment pitch that we typically see from these health claims and all of this stuff, the join Unicity and change your life, absolutely not. What you're actually doing is annoying people, in my opinion, on social media. And if you do join one of these companies, chances are you're probably going to be spending your weekends at a cringy hotel meeting pretending that it isn't a pyramid scheme. This is where it gets serious, folks. Medical professionals, they're not fans of Unicity's products from what I've seen on social media. Doctors and dietitians have called out MLMs like Unicity for pushing supplements with exaggerated claims and limited evidence. For example, Unicity's claims about balance, blood sugar, and cholesterol are unfounded when it comes to their products. Those effects can often be achieved with a balanced diet, fiber from whole foods, and exercise. You don't need an overpriced powder to fix your health. Plus, Unicity distributors love to play doctor without a license, in my opinion. Telling people these products will help with serious medical issues, it's dangerous and it's unethical. Always, always talk to a real healthcare provider, not someone from your high school who suddenly started selling life-changing tea extracts. Don't take my word for it though. Let's hear from Dr. A. He's a general practitioner from the UK that is talking about what an unethical mess Unicity seems to be. I really think that you guys are going to like Dr. A. So let's check it out together. Let's see what he has to say about Unicity's products.
Of the biggest health scams out there. I'm Dr. A GP based in the UK, and I want to caveat all this by saying, look, it's your money, you can spend your money whatever you want, but these are the three things that are doing you no good. And the last one is something that aggravates me so much and is something you definitely do not need. Okay, so the first one is something you've probably all had, and it's cough syrups. There's no evidence they improve or get rid of a cough, and in fact the best thing for a cough is just honey and lemon in some warm water. So number two is IV vitamin drips. Now these can actually be quite dangerous because you're dumping a large amount of vitamins in a short amount of time into your bloodstream. A lot of people say they feel better after getting these done and feel more alert or feel more awake, and that's absolutely fine. That's probably not because of the vitamins you're getting, it's probably the amount of fluid you're getting and getting the hydration you need. But the best way to stay hydrated is just by having some water. Okay, so this final one is the one that I think is the worst scam out there, and it's Unicity. I think it's really popular at the moment on social media and TikTok, and I've had people approach me to try and sell it or endorse it. You know, they'll claim all these studies they've done and that they can reverse type 2 diabetes and help you lose weight. But when you look at the packet, all it really contains is fibre, and a very small amount of fibre at that, probably the same amount as a small banana. But when you dig a bit deeper, these studies they've done are a complete load of nonsense. I've looked at all of them. And on top of all that, they use multi-level marketing to sell the products, which in my opinion is one of the most unethical ways to sell a product. I'm going to do a few more videos on Unicity specifically to go through the studies and convince you even further that it's not worth the amount you're paying for it, because it is very, very expensive paying basically for a banana.
I mean, personally, for me, I'd rather have the banana. I don't know about you guys. And by the way, I'm going to eat the whole banana. Autumn Calabrese, or however you say her last name, could never. She would never. But we eat whole bananas over here. Anyways, this is his second video. Want to give a content warning because there is talk about cirrhosis. So if that's something that could be triggering to you right now, skip this part.
I wasn't going to make another video about Unicity and the scam that it is. I made a very long video 2 or 3 days ago detailing why that's the case.
I do want to read this comment really quickly. It's extremely sad. At the beginning of this, when I was talking about these people in MLM sometimes will prey on people, oftentimes will prey on people that are looking for a solution for their health because they are so desperate. This is a perfect example. No shade to this person that commented this, but this person says, I really hope it's not. I just got mine yesterday. I had to take out a payday loan because the guy said it reversed his cirrhosis of the liver. That's why I got it. This person found a Unicity distributor online on social media somewhere. That person was saying it reversed his cirrhosis, to which this person said, I need that, bought the products, but had to take out a payday loan in order to do so. This is disgusting. I hate this so much.
But then this person here commented that they were told it would reverse their cirrhosis and that they were advised to take out a payday loan to pay for the product. In the next 20 seconds, I'm going to show you something that's going to completely blow your mind about anyone making claims about Unicity. If you go on Unicity's homepage, go right down to the bottom of the page, there will be a link that says compliance. Click on that and it'll take you to another page. If you go to the bottom, click on the document that says policies and procedures. It'll take you to this document, and I want you to focus on section 6 here. So to be specific, it's section 6F. And it states, a distributor may not make prescriptive, disease, medicinal and or therapeutic claims for any Unicity product, or specifically prescribe Unicity products as suitable for the treatment of any disease.
When you see these things, report them to two agencies, if you will. The first being the FTC. There's a link to report anything to the FTC in the video description of all of my videos, but also report it to the platform that you're finding it on. I'm assuming that this is probably on this is on TikTok. Let me say that. So when you see these types of videos, report it as health claims or some sort of misinformation, because we've got to stop this. This is absolutely absurd, especially what this company is claiming. Well, what the reps are claiming. According to their own policies and procedures, the distributors shouldn't be doing it. But then we look at the claims that Unicity is making on their own social media platform from the company, talking about, oh, it can naturally heal PCOS by taking a fiber supplement.
So look, Unicity themselves are saying it does not cure any disease and you can't claim that. That's because it doesn't. They're essentially saying if you want to pay £160 a month for a fibre drink, then you can, which is fine. But making claims about it reversing diabetes or causing weight loss or helping erectile dysfunction or cirrhosis or anything else is against their own company policies. And I urge you, if you're being sold it on the basis of being treated, a treatment for any disease, to report that person because they're against their own company's policies.
What do y'all think of Dr. A? I have one more video to show you here. This one I'm really excited for you guys to see because he goes into the studies that Unicity Claims prove, oh, our products do what we say it does. Here's the studies. Well, let's hear what Dr. A has to say about them.
£60 a month for a highly processed powder. It reverses diabetes, reduces your cholesterol, and can even help you lose weight. I'm Dr. A, a GP based in the UK, and I've seen a lot of stuff on social media that is a scam, but this by far is the biggest one out there, mainly because of the price, but also the claims people selling it are making. And in this video, I'm going to prove why Unicity is a scam and why you should avoid it. But like I've always said, it's your money, you can spend it how you want. So this first point is the biggest shocker, and I just can't believe people are selling this. So this is from the official Unicity website, and they sell you a feel-good program, which basically is 2 products and then intermittent fasting, which by the way you can do for free. And then if you scroll down further, you can see the claims they're making about their products just below me here. So support normal glucose levels, normal cholesterol levels, make you feel fuller for longer, and can prevent the crashes you can get in between meals. But very importantly, note the little asterisks next to all these claims. And if you scroll right to the bottom of the page, you'll see this sort of little statement above me here, and it explains what the asterisk means. And it says, these statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. So guys, Unicity themselves are telling you this product doesn't do anything. It doesn't help any disease, it doesn't prevent any disease. You've got people here on social media doing lives 24/7. My For You page being clogged up with them, advertising the product, saying it cures diabetes, helps cholesterol, helps erectile dysfunction, helps blood pressure. And this is very dangerous because they're also recommending you to come off your medications. So guys, please don't do this. And then during the lives I've seen, they even usher you towards the checkout to put in a discount code so they get their commission. Now, secondly, this is even sort of funny, and I can't believe they're selling this again, is the clinical studies that they've done. So firstly, I just want to show you what a proper study should look like. I'm using this metformin diabetes prevention one as an example, which was a systematic review that was done. So the first thing I want to point out is that only randomized controlled trials were included. These are some of the most reliable studies we use in medicine. And notice the sample size, 30,000 patients. And if you go right to the bottom of the page, there's about 100 pages of this study. It gives you a conclusion. And prior to getting to this, you see all the results and how they're displayed and how the paper is written. So now this study was in a peer-reviewed journal, and I don't want you to think you can just go straight to a conclusion and make of the study whatever it says. You have to go through all the study in detail. And this study, like I mentioned, it has got real deep analysis on how they've done the study, the limitations. They use top quality statistical analysis to get to their results. And there also is a very detailed discussion section where they go through in detail the points they've gone through in their results, and these are all referenced. Now let's talk about Unicity. If you go to the clinical studies page, they've got all these studies. Look, wow. And you think, okay, this must be amazing. It's clearly scientifically backed, and there's lots of studies to back this up. But I urge you to click on the see the full study, because one of them is literally just a graph. That's all it is. If you click on see full study, you see just a graph. Here's another one of the studies. It's literally just one page, doesn't tell you anything, and it only had 78 people in it. Another one, again, a one-pager, doesn't tell you anything, only had 10 people in it. Now, this was the best study I could find on there. Again, it wasn't great, but at least it was a randomized controlled trial. But again, it was a very small sample size used, and it was funded by, yep, you guessed it, Unicity themselves. And even then they concluded more research was needed on a larger sample size to see if it works or not. And guys, I can go on and on and on. All the studies are a load of nonsense, and this product is not scientifically backed, and it will not reverse anything. It literally just is fibre with some multivitamins. I'm not going to go into the ingredients because I've spent too long on this already, but if you're thinking about buying this, please have a big rethink. And if you've got £160 a month to spend, I think there are other ways to use it rather than getting this powder that will not work. And look, if you're someone selling this, it's not necessarily your fault. You may have just been sold on it because marketing on this is quite amazing and they do convince you. Apparently there's medically trained people even selling this, which I won't comment on out of professional respect. So I urge you all to have a rethink because you can help people without selling this. So yeah, like I said before, this is my opinion and ultimately it's your decision. But in my mind and with the evidence, it's very clear. Unicity is a scam.
I'm so glad he went through the studies. I'm so glad he addressed what he did, but that's coming from a medical professional. That's coming from somebody that is far more educated than I am, that has the credentials to back it up. And I felt like it was really important for you guys to see that part. So now that you guys have seen everything that I've presented here in this deep dive, here's the bottom line. Unicity is just another MLM peddling overpriced products with questionable claims, in my opinion. Their distributors are stuck in the same hamster wheel as every other MLM, recruiting, spending, and earning little to nothing. If you want to get healthier, here's a revolutionary idea. Eat more fruits and vegetables, drink water, get regular exercise, and consult an actual doctor. Not someone spouting clinical studies they found on a PowerPoint slide that was probably given to them by their upline. And if someone slides into your DMs about an amazing health opportunity, you already know what to say. No thanks. I'm good. That's all for today's MLM deep dive on Unicity. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like, subscribe, and share with a friend who needs to know the truth. And let me know in the comments, have you had any experiences with Unicity or any other wellness MLM? I'll see you next time with another deep dive into the nonsense of multi-level marketing. Stay informed and don't get scammed by unethical influencers and medical professionals shilling some magic powder to make them a quick buck at the expense of your health.